Alright, so in the bottom left, playing Tenri, we have Spotyus. He doesn't go for the heal, so he's going to be banking, he's going to get a thief next turn.
Yep. If you get a heal, it can get awkward to get a thief. Usually you end up skipping a build for it, or delaying it like a lot.
Yeah, and then you just kind of fall behind. Income graph. Oh, so I guess there is this thing where player 1 will get the thief later anyway, but I think the heal even delays it an extra turn. That's like the real big downside.
Yeah, it might delay it as far as like 3 turns or something. But yeah,
Spotyus, he's not going to go for a rush thief, he's just going to build swords and grab the village.
Yep. Tenri is like she's really good on this map. She's got a lot of plays. Generally, the army comps are pretty good for her groove. Like you generally see like one dragon or one witch that are key units. You've got plays like you can groove your ballista to the center of the map and deny an enormous portion of the map to the opponent's heir. Tenri, I will say, is perhaps a little slow on this map, so it's easy to fall behind and like before you can get your plays off.
I just thought of something actually. You could, like, because Emmerich gonna put balloons over his crystals, right? Like, that's the idea. So,
Yes.
Tenri could, like, groove a ballista and crit the balloon to kill it.
Ooh. That works, actually.
It does. That is such a bizarre sentence to say out loud, but it works. So,
I mean, just like having a ballista in range and like you have one mage, it means Emmerich cannot have immortal walls anymore. Which is like, it's a very big difference between a unit that cannot be killed and can only be chipped, and a unit that can be killed by 2 units. So that might be the idea by picking Tenri, I guess.
yeah.
But the question is really, can you last long enough for the play to be possible?
And Spotyus, I actually really like this opening path. I mean, it seems to be like the fairly standard one with swords, where like he's gonna heal off this village by grabbing it with the sword first, and then having Tenri heal. And Tenri will have regenerated enough health over the course of the game that he'll be kind of back to normal, or like she'll save a little bit of gold by doing that.
So TimeKey's not going for a hyper aggro opening. Like, I think there's 2 ways to open. You can either go down to grab that village, or you can get in your opponent's face super early. TimeKey going for the more economic opening. And I mean, it makes sense, because generally, if you go for the aggro way, you end up having a commander alone with no units to back it up, which it can work, but it's less practical. But yeah, very fluid opening from Spotyus. The sword in the center can walk and grab the backward center village. Tenri is gonna heal like that. I could have seen the sword capturing the village from the top so that it could chain into the above village once Tenri decaps it. I guess he's preparing to go downwards, perhaps.
He
That's
might
usually
go
how.
Yeah, he might just try and hit the 7 health village instead. But okay, we see a knight come out. This is a good option. There's very little TimeKey has right now that will deal with the knight on this side, so
Mage Crate deals quite a lot to a knight, but I think on this map, trading a knight for a mage is a good trade because of how relevant air usually becomes. And TimeKey gonna have Groove at the end of his turn, and he's starting to get air units on the field. So yeah. Knight also a very good unit for Tenri. Simply having hard-hitting units with is pretty good. You can also set up all sorts of one-shots with the knights. The fact that the knight has a lot of range means that Tenri herself has even more range moving the knight.
his stronghold's under a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're perhaps like this thief is gonna unload, and I suppose we're gonna see an air unit.
Possibly. I mean, we could also see some Golem come out. Just something to try and challenge Emmerich.
I mean, golems on this map, they tend to be a bit awkward because sure they're good for defending the HQ, but once the enemy gets a dragon, golem starts losing a lot of value. It's not bad with Tenri to have a golem. It's one of her good units, but like a golem is a unit that's not a mage, and against Emmerich that's starting to get some harpies, it might become trouble.
Cherry stones defend us!
Okay, we're gonna see the crystal go down.
Right. Pretty aggressive crystal from TimeKey, which is kind of how it usually happens. You put your crystal in front of your enemy's HQ, and they can't ignore it. Tenri's gonna spend at least 2 turns moving before she can actually get to defend. So he's gonna need to play this defense very carefully. I will say Spotyus is doing well on the income front, but pressure-wise, TimeKey is well, pressuring a lot more.
Yeah, this mage is a really big deal. Because like the Harpy can't really be a good blocker right now. I guess it could like block the south side of the stronghold.
I'm thinking maybe you do send the Harpy in and try to make it so the mage has to trade for it. And then Emmerich is out of mages. That's an option.
I think I would block the left side of the stronghold with the thief and underneath with the Harpy, because the mage can't reach there. The sword won't reach the left. Oh no, he's gonna go up.
Terry also has a funny play where you heist the HQ and then bring the thief back. She also has a play where she grooves in grooves a thief forwards to go decap your barracks.
I wonder if we'll see the the Harpy go up to like this forest tile to the northeast of it, and that means it can protect the thief from being hit by the enemy Harpy. Like, it will get a counter hit if it goes for it.
I'm thinking Spotyus needs to defend his HQ a little more than this, because otherwise American swords are gonna start wailing on it, and the HQ is not gonna last for very long. There's mage crits open. We could potentially see the thief run in and heist, and he'd be under the crystal with mountain defense. And since Tenri is not here, you can't set up sword crits on it. So the thief is virtually unkillable.
I mean, can you one-shot the strongholds if the sides aren't blocked? Oh, nothing can hit it from above or left. I was thinking the river tile blocks Emmerich. I was thinking Emmerich could go.
Yeah,
Oh
Emmerich
no,
can
wait.
go from the top, and then you mage crit, and you have the sword from below.
Yeah,
That's
that
not
potentially.
quite a kill, but like you can't really remove the attackers, so I think you need to block at least one side here.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get rid of the crystal. Okay, so he's going to be aggressive.
Yeah, I think it's the right play, because you kind of need to put your knight in front of the HQ. So, and it's probably gonna die when you do that, so you might as well do some damage with it while it's alive. Yep. We're seeing the dragon. This means that puts pressure on TimeKey's mage, which means that he has to keep it in reserve. Because if Spotyus can manage to simply poke at the mage, the Harpy and the Dragon will be able to be enough for the defense.
Ooh, that's a big steal.
Yeah, nothing much can touch that thief.
I guess the mage comes in, finishes off with a crit. That mage is pretty tanky.
Yeah, that mage is under the crystal, but it is the lone mage, so it might still be worth to attack into it. With, like, for example, you send the mage and the dragon into it, so that your HQ simply survives. But Spotyus is gonna have to reinforce his HQ because he's gonna need to like throw away a few units every turn to defend it. And as long as this keeps going, TimeKey will gain more and more pressure, and the cycle will continue of like Spotyus needing to defend and TimeKey gaining more units from it. I'm thinking you almost want to finish off this village with Tenri, because getting Groove up is more important than going down. Once you have Groove, you can affect the lower side of things from up there. Tenri Groove does have like 6 range, so it's really good. Alright, he's gonna send the mage in. Yep.
Dragon follow-up will deal a pretty significant amount of damage, so this dragon isn't under threat of dying at any point.
I suppose we're gonna see the Harpy go up and hit this other harpy because the witch is one tile away from protecting it.
Yep. It's pretty good damage if you can get it, so might as well go for it.
Although Emmerich will have his second crystal up, so like there's not going to be much you can do to remove this formation from the bottom in front of the HQ.
I wonder if we're gonna see the thief surround the harpy. Oh no, it just goes to the forest. Would a spear crit kill it though?
I am not sure actually. I don't think so.
Okay, the harpy with the spear crit might though, so.
Yeah, the harpy could hit from the left. You could also have a witch hex to weaken it.
Wow. I mean, something like you mentioned earlier, but we haven't talked about too much, is like TimeKey is really far behind on income there.
Yeah.
He's really
Spotyus
gonna
has
struggle.
taken quite a few villages, which is pretty interesting. Although a lot of villages are swinging back and forth, and I guess TimeKey does have a loaded thief, but he also is going to lose a bit of money to Spotyus' thief now, which potentially will heist the HQ.
Does seem like a good option. Yeah, I actually think this can't be stopped. Maybe? This is difficult.
Although you do have, you can like, if you save up a little bit of money, you can afford to not skip a build by building cheap units 2 turns in a row. Which is not the worst thing as Emmerich, because cheap units are like hard to kill under the crystal. Although he's not gonna balloon the thief back to the hideouts.
I think he's gonna try and use the balloon to block the stronghold.
Thinking the witch could do it.
No, the stronghold's open on 3 sides right now.
Oh, that's right. The thief can walk through the village.
Yeah. Go through the village, it can go through the river.
Although if it goes through there, it will be in a position to be punished, so Tenry will have to burn Groove to get it out. Right. Uses Harpy and Balloon and Witch.
Yeah, so overall, like, that's a nice defense, but I think a play we could see, instead of going for the steal on the stronghold, Tenry could just yoink the witch, put it in the south, and have a mage kill it.
Yeah, I don't think you need to make the stronghold play as Spotyus. In his position, I'd probably hold Groove. And like try to affect the lower front right now, because the upper part is probably gonna get pushed back pretty soon. Like Tenry has 3 units in range of that front, and TimeKey has like way more. His commander is away, so the crystal won't be a factor up there, but oh, he actually leaves his mage at low HP there. I guess, I think that's a bit of a missplit. Like, you had plenty of options with it. You could have healed on the 7 HP village. Losing the crystal isn't a big deal because you have Groove up and you're not really fighting at this moment.
It heals the dragon.
Could see the dragon running in and killing the loaded thief.
No, we're just gonna hit Emmerich.
Yeah, I mean, no anti-air is in range, so why not?
Oh, you
Yep.
might go for the sword instead, though. But I guess like injuring Emmerich means that Emmerich can't do some. Oh, I'm not sure actually.
Weakening Emmerich is good because as Tenri you have a lot of lethal potential, especially with Groove, and if Emmerich wants to Groove again, which he doesn't have to, but if he chooses to, that means he won't be healing, and he'll have to be very careful about not dying next turn.
Okay, so he's gonna walk back and heal.
And now he's in range. If he builds a ballista now, he's in range to Groove it next turn. I believe. Hang on. Ah, no, he's one tile away.
Light comes out. Makes sense. I guess he just wants to have that so he can threaten the mage later on. I wonder if we'll see another thief come out. Because the thing is, like, if he just keeps having thieves available, and I like this little capture, he's just gonna like annoy his opponent.
I'd like to see a second thief from XTimeKey here. It does so much. It punishes this this aggressive capture on the south. It means you have more options to capture the top left back. But yeah, I think Emmerich has to pull back a little bit. You can keep your Groove or use it. I guess he's gonna use it now.
Stones defend us.
It's on a road, so that means the dragon can go in and one-shot it if it's left open.
Oh, so the mage doesn't. Oh, right, yeah, he's gonna build a thief, isn't he? So he just wants to leave that. Or Emmerich can hit it.
Yep.
He has his 2 balloons out, so the wall of Emmerich is about to begin.
Yeah, he has 4 air units, and Spotyus has 1 mage so far. So
Yeah.
the Harpy can act a little bit as anti-air, but not that much. Especially when a witch is on the table.
Tenri always has the option to yoink the witch, though.
That's true, but that's not the best value for Tenri Groove.
And let's look at this income. XTimeKey's bringing it pretty far back now. So it's getting pretty close.
They both have loaded thieves, so that's also pretty close. I'd say Spotyus is doing a pretty good job of like bringing the game back into his favor, but despite the early pressure from Emmerich. I think Emmerich just had basically control of the area, but no kill pressure once the mage died. I think perhaps the crystal was a bit too far forward, which forced his army to be too far forward as well. Now Spotyus sitting on 1500 gold. Yep. The witch going down, I guess he wanted to protect the lower side of things.
Oh, one
Although he
crystal
did
goes
have a
down.
mage over there. He did have a mage over there, so I think the witch could have stayed up to protect from the harpy. But yeah, I'm thinking with the way they are capturing villages, second thief would benefit both tiers.
What Tenry's gonna go for now? Oh, village capture. Just wants to keep that income lead. Really the thing that's keeping him in this game. Just
I would say
having economic
TimeKey
might.
does have a massive unit count lead.
Yeah. That is, however, in balloons, in like this crystal. So
Well, it is Emmerich with balloons, and you can't really say, oh, but they are just balloons, right?
sure, but to some extent, like you can, because like he doesn't have a lot to fight with. Like you look at the units he has to actually, you know, combat his opponent, and it's like 2 mages, like a bunch of spears and some swords. And he's got a witch as well, but there's like he has an injured harpy against the full health harpy. Like there's a knight out on the field, which, you know, I guess the spears are going to be able to do quite good work against. And this dragon, I think, is actually pretty good. Does open up a lot of options. And on a map like this, it just covers so much of the map. So
Yeah, thinking TimeKey has to be a little bit careful about not leaving too many sides open on his HQ, because we could potentially see the dragon go in and then the knight crit follow up, which has a chance to kill, not a very good one, but then if TimeKey cannot punish these units fast enough, then like if he can't kill both basically, then the HQ will fall that way.
okay, so I'll throw some gold in. I guess TimeKey has to defend his stronghold this turn.
You just need to put up a soft defense and not leave it completely open, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there's a knight crit and a dragon hit potential right now.
Actually, I think I understand the defensive crystal last turn. It was to make sure he wasn't gonna be chased too far back. There was a village there, so he knew he could build up Groove pretty fast and then resume his attack on a later turn.
I think this north balloon's gonna come and wall the stronghold a bit.
I'm thinking you send the witch to defend the stronghold. Tenry can only group 1 unit, so if she really wants to pressure the HQ, she will have to group the knight. But then you can't, if you group the knight, you can't group the mage up, which means the witch will defend quite nicely. The spears won't be in range to kill it, to kill a knight that crits the HQ, so that's a bit dangerous, but
He needs to defend 2 sides of it though. There's like lethal just sitting on the table right now.
that's true. The harpy, the dragon, and the knight will be enough to kill the HQ, so
Yeah, the HQ's actually, I think he's just dead.
I think if you cover the bottom, hang on.
No, the dragon will reach the right hand side of it.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's.
This is actually the game. Like his
Hang on.
stronghold's open.
Can you reach a crit on top with the knight?
Yes. There's like nothing blocking that path. So the
Yeah,
knight even
it
can be
does have.
closer. Yeah, like this is over. Like Spotyus, like you can drop a mage shield on the dragon to make it even more guaranteed, but I think it's just over. And TimeKey, he's just left. There's nothing guarding his strongholds, and he's against the Tenri,
Yeah.
and there's a knight. Like this is game.
I think he's not respecting the Tenri groove enough.
And I wonder if Spotyus. I mean, like I think he moved the thief first, just to get units out of the way. And he could even mage crit a balloon under the crystal, just sir. Oh, but I think no, you want to heal your dragon. But yeah, this is over. Like Spotyus just needs to see it, and he's got 32 minutes to see it. Oh, and he's just gonna do it. Like he's gonna kill that balloon, because why not? But if you are even remotely good at Tenri, you will see that there's lethal.
You could actually groove the knight to the right of the crystal so that it gets a knight crit on the right side of the THQ.
That's hilarious. That's like
Oh,
almost
he
BM.
actually- he didn't see it actually.
Oh no, that was game.
Oh, and he's exposing his army. That's not good.
Oh no, that's such a shame.
That one's gonna hurt because like your knight's exposed now. Your HQ pressure is gonna be like way lower. This play is not gonna present itself again. And if you pick Tenri, you have to be aware of these kind of plays.
Yeah, I mean if TimeKey wins, then like Spotyus like had every opportunity to win this game. Like literally, like there's a stronghold right there with nothing defending it. I wonder if he's gonna see this like part way through the turn. Ooh, what's he gonna grab? A mage?
Grabs a mage.
Oh yeah, I guess like the golem kills it. Is he just gonna try and take like a bunch of really good trades this turn?
I don't think it's gonna work. Like he's getting some nice pressure on the top side, but like the witch will go there, and then this push is gonna be kinda dead. The knight might die. He's gonna like he might heavily damage the mage. Gets his own witch. So I guess that's like he's aware that there's that air is important on the field, but maybe he's according too much importance to it. Like if you're grooving a mage as Tenri, generally it's because you want to have at least one turn where your enemy won't be able to contest your air units like your dragon. But he sent the dragon the other way.
And TimeKey isn't going for the spear retaliation on the knight.
I mean, once Tenri grooves down, the knight loses a ton of potential for lethal. I mean, I guess neither player noticed it, but Temke does have to be a little bit careful. I would have preferred seeing the spears that like crit the knight and then Emric hit the mage, because that way Emric would be out of range of the golem. But right now he can wall this pretty easily. Just has to put, for example, you put Emric in the forest, the sword 2 tiles below the crystal, or you can just bring that balloon below the crystal.
Yeah, I think he's gonna drop a spear in that forest.
I would like to see TimeKey not hitting Tannery here, because that's oh.
Yeah, I think if he was gonna go for this turn, I
Although
think he should have.
he's probably gonna drop a mage heal.
Alright, yeah, the mage heal
Yeah,
will make
alright.
sense then. Oh, and actually, this gives him another crystal. This is quite a good
Yes.
play.
I think maybe actually this is a decent attack because
Ooh, but that hex should have been the first thing that came down this turn.
yeah, you would have potentially killed the mage. I'm not sure.
It at least would have done a bit more damage to it.
Hmm.
And like, it would have done like slightly more damage to Tenri, like potentially.
Alright, I don't think Emmerich can die here.
No. He's on a mountain, and like there's only one weak unit nearby.
Yeah, there is a hex, but you can't really heal Tenri that much. And you've got only 2 sides.
And I guess this is like you just garrison your forces.
Yeah,
Spotyus
that's...
should also turn the money in before he does anything else.
yeah, basically TimeKey kind of overextended earlier. He still got a good unit lead out of it, but he couldn't keep the pressure up anymore. So he backed off, which was the right thing to do. Now that his army is regrouped, he can make use of the unit lead he gained earlier and start pushing in. And now he's forced Spotyus into like building a lot of anti-air, which I mean anti-air is not the best at defending your HQ. Like mages are squishy, witches die in one hit to mages basically, especially Emmerich ones. They don't trade that well into other witches when Emmerich has his crystal down. And Ballista is if you build a Ballista now, it's gonna be too late to defend, I feel. It's also not able to block for your HQ, so it's not a very good option. And this position from Tenri is a little dangerous because let's say the spot where the golem is right now gets covered, the mage could like die easily too.
I think he can actually get through and oh, I mean this hack should have come down before anything else if he was gonna do this.
Yeah. Both players kinda forgetting the order to do things properly, I guess.
Yeah, this game seems very spaghetti. Although, you know, I guess it's pretty late for TimeKey. It's like fairly early for Spotyus. And he's just leaving that dragon open on one side now. Probably gonna have to put the sword to cover.
I don't really think you can cover.
Well, if it goes below, it can kind of cover. Oh no, like
the spears could go in, I guess.
he just walks the sword in to kill the mage.
Yeah, you can just kill the mage. But that dragon's gonna die. I will say TimeKey still only has 1 mage. And like, that's kind of what stopped his push earlier in the game. And he didn't fix his habit, I guess. Like, the best buy this turn would probably be Balloon Mage for TimeKey. So
He can actually... I mean, I don't know if this is a great idea, but he could actually fly his witch around and hit the other witch from behind. Probably not the best idea, though.
I don't think it's a great idea, because... although maybe it is. I wonder if Harpy and Witch kill a Witch? That's like 35 and 80, right? Yeah, it does. So I guess it's fine if you have to keep at least 1 anti-air because you can't kill both air units this turn. And I guess you could just use the witch for hexing. Right, hexes Tenri and the golem. That's fine. Although you could also use the mage crits to kill the golem because they are one of the best options for dealing with them.
Oh, he's just
He's
gonna
probably
heal.
gonna spear crit and then Emmerich, I guess, is what he's going for. He's conserving his mage, which I think is like has some merits to it. But when Spotyus is like this close to your army, you kind of need to punish it somehow. Because if Spotyus is allowed to just be in your face like that, you don't gain that much value from being in the first place.
I wonder if he's even gonna try and kill this 3 health mage.
I mean, you trade the sword for it, right?
Yeah, I mean that's good gold value, it's good unit value. Like, the more mages your opponent has when you have a golem, or like when they have a golem, like the worse it's going to be for you. Where they're standing right now, a heal could go down on the golem and the dragon. And that's really gold efficient. Like 480 gold worth of healing.
I think TimeKey's in a bit of an awkward position because he can't quite finish off that goal with the spear crit and a break. Probably. He's not buying a second mage. I mean, maybe it'll work out, but his formation can be broken right now. Unless he moves like the sword below the crystal.
This
Oh,
should
he's just gonna
protect
drop
us.
another crystal.
Alright.
Just double crystal. Nothing's gonna break through that. It's the sword in front. Oh, the crystal's open.
The crystal could die, but then like you've occupied the square in front of the spear, so that kind of stops like half of your pushing potential. But TimeKey's kind of did 0 damage this turn besides the witch hack.
And I believe he's still... Oh no, he's pulled back equal on income. So...
Yep.
But... It's awkward because like there's a harpy that can just freely pick at these spears there actually. It can't take any of these villages, but he's got a thief that could go and do that, so... That thief's gonna move into a good position, get ready for steal.
I guess TimeKey's of the Emmerich school of use your crystal as often as you can because you're a fast group.
Yeah, I mean, oh, this is so confusing because like Spotyus like kind of wants to push into this formation, right?
I mean, I'm thinking you. Oh, it's a peculiar position to put the witch in. I guess like mentality is the crystal. It's actually a play if you're very careful with and very precise with your positioning. You can use crystals against Emmerich because that's one side he won't have access to because he can't move or kill the crystal. But I don't think that's how it's gonna work. I think he just went for a big hex.
Three, one, two. wonder if he's gonna try and find a way to kill this mage.
I don't think you can kill that speed.
Oh, he might actually be able to do this. If he... No, that wasn't it, but...
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I guess maybe, like, nah, because
He
under
could
crits,
have, if
you need
he'd...
to two-shot every unit. And because of the golem was already there, you need to use it on the sword. Then you, like, have to use Tenri on this. I guess if you use Tenri for the sword, and then you can move the golem up, maybe?
I think the night crit's gonna come down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then you're hitting an Emmerich mage with a dragon? That's not a very good trade.
I wonder if he might go for the... No, because there's like that witch is in position.
And like even if you weaken the mage, I think your witch can still die. Because they're like,
I mean, the dragon could just fly up and take one of these villages out.
yeah, I mean, he's been doing that. Although you probably want your dragon with your army.
Might just heal the dragon.
That's also an option. You can move it one square up and heal.
Where's this gonna go? I mean, he is slowly coming back in this game. Like, he's doing really good trades on the unit, like the armies. If I'm looking at the units, actually, like, Emmerich just doesn't have anything to deal with this golem. And Spotyus might just be relying on that. He might just say, I've got 3 mages and a golem, and my commander, I can just continually slam into your face. Over and over and over again. And if there's nothing to kill the golem, like, he might just be, like, really struggling.
You might lose quite a few units this... Oh!
TimeKey gives up? I guess, like, Spotyus' army value was just too high.
I think you can still fight into this. Like, you're gonna kill the witch. Like, you could kill the knight and the sword, I guess, with your spears.
Maybe he just
And
got
then-
very frustrated and was just like, I'm gonna throw in the towel. That is such a bizarre ending to this series, though.
Yeah.
But I mean,
guess he
like,
just didn't know how to deal with the golem, maybe.
maybe, but if I'm thinking about it, like, he should have lost 3 turns ago, right? Like, there was a guaranteed lethal on his stronghold. The Spotyus should have taken this game. And TimeKey, I don't know, like, I guess, like, he just didn't play the economy game. And as soon as there was a golem in his face with mages behind it, like, he just didn't know what to do.
I think he might, like, even if he had a bit more mages, he could have dealt with the golem, I think. Mage crits deal with golems, like, not very well, but decently well. Like, this is really weird, because last turn he kind of just sat there and let Spotyus hit his army again. So, Guess maybe he was quite tired.
Well, good game to Spotyus. He goes through 2-1.